We're diving into the fascinating story behind this rare gem, what makes it so valuable, and how you might just have one hiding in plain sight. So, grab your favorite snack and let's uncover some coin magic together. Alright, let's get into it. The 1994 D. Ellis Island quarter wasn't just your average, run-of-the-mill coin. This special piece was part of a commemorative series honoring the immigrants who passed through Ellis Island, the gateway to the American dream. While millions of quarters were minted in Denver that year, only a tiny fraction of them had something truly extraordinary about them. What makes this coin worth a whopping $4 million? Two things: rarity and condition. It's like winning the lottery but without buying a ticket. Only a handful of these coins were struck with an incredibly rare error, an overstamped reverse design that blends the Ellis Island scene with details from the regular Washington quarter. It's like two coins in one. If that wasn't enough, the $4 million example sold at auction was graded as MS-68, which is basically the coin world's version of winning Best in Show. Now, let me tell you about my own almost hit the jackpot story. A few years back, I got a quarter in change while buying a gas station burrito. Something about it felt special. The luster, the mint mark, or maybe the fact that my burrito wasn't microwaved correctly. Either way, I raced home to grab my magnifying glass. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the $4 million quarter. It was just a very shiny 1999 state quarter. Moral of the story? Always double-check your change. You never know when luck will strike. So, how do you know if you've got a 1994 D. Ellis Island quarter worth millions? Here's the deal. Check for the Denver Mint D mark below Washington's neck. Inspect the reverse side for overlapping designs. You might need a magnifying glass for this one. Evaluate the coin's condition. Coins in pristine shape fetch higher values. But don't stop there. Get your coin professionally graded if you think it's the real deal. Trust me, a quick check from an expert could turn your pocket change into a life-changing fortune. Alright, friends, we've reached the end of today's treasure hunt. Who knew a little piece of metal could pack so much history and value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who just loves a good story, keep your eyes peeled. Your next big find could be jingling in your pocket right now. If you loved learning about rare coins, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of treasure hunters. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. You never know who might stumble upon their own $4 million quarter. Got any cool coin stories? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear all about your finds, your near misses, or even your favorite gas station burrito story. We're talking about the 1998 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter that's currently making waves with a jaw-dropping market value of $8 million. That's more than most people's dream homes. Stick around because I'm spilling all the details about what makes this quarter so special, how to spot one, and a little story about how I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. Spoiler alert, it involves a vending machine and a lot of regret. Ready to find out if you've got a fortune hiding in your pocket? Let's dive in. Alright, let's talk about why this 1998 P. Ellis Island quarter is worth more than a fleet of Teslas. First off, this isn't just any quarter. It's part of the United States Mint's State Quarters program, which highlighted each state and territory with its own unique design. The Ellis Island quarter represents New Jersey and features a stunning depiction of America's iconic immigrant gateway, SO. What makes this coin worth $8 million? Well, here's the kicker. It's an error coin. The Mint accidentally produced a small number of these quarters with a rare double-die obverse. That means the lettering and imagery on the front appear doubled, creating a funky, almost 3D effect. The error wasn't caught right away, so these coins made it into circulation. Now, here's where it gets exciting. If you have one of these coins in great condition, also known as Mint State or MS-67 grade, you could be sitting on a small fortune. The record-breaking sale of $8 million happened at a recent auction, and it had collectors buzzing like kids in a candy store. Here's the fun part. Anyone could find one of these coins. They weren't pulled from circulation, so they might be lurking in your piggy bank, that jar of coins on your dresser, or even the couch cushions. Speaking of missed opportunities, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was in a rush at work and grabbed some change to buy a soda. I remember spotting a shiny quarter with a weird mark on it but didn't think much of it. tossed it right into the vending machine. A week later, I learned about valuable error coins, and let me tell you, I've never looked at vending machines the same way since. Lesson learned. Always check your change. So, could you have an $8 million quarter sitting in your pocket right now? Maybe. The key is to start looking. Check those jars, wallets, and even the dusty spaces under your car seats. If you find a 1998 P. Ellis Island quarter, pay close attention to the lettering and design. If it looks doubled or unusual, it's worth getting it checked out by a coin expert. Now, before you go scrambling for your spare change, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. I've got tons more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth serious cash. From penny treasures to dollar coin jackpots, I'll help you spot the hidden gems in your pocket change. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now, go dig through your coins. Your fortune might just be waiting for you. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1999 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter. That's right. A coin that might just make you richer than your wildest dreams. Spoiler alert. Its current market value is a jaw-dropping $9 million. Yep, you heard that right. And if you've got one hiding in your change jar, well, you might want to stick around for this one. Let's get to the juicy stuff. First things first, why is this coin so valuable? The 1999 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter is a rare treasure. It wasn't part of your usual state quarter program, and the minting process involved some quirks that make this coin incredibly unique. Collectors go absolutely nuts for it. It's like the golden ticket of quarters. Now let's talk details. If you're holding one of these gems, you're looking for the D mint mark just below Washington's ponytail. That tells you it was minted in Denver. And as for Ellis Island, the design on the back is a real showstopper. It features Lady Liberty herself with the iconic Ellis Island Immigration Center in the background, a tribute to America's melting pot of cultures. The artistry and historical significance alone make it a prize. But here's the kicker. Only a few of these quarters were ever minted with this specific design and mint mark. Most people never even noticed them because, well, let's face it, who inspects their quarters before spending them on a vending machine snack? Speaking of which, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old junk drawer, the one where you throw everything from rubber bands to takeout menus. I found a stack of loose change, including some quarters. For a split second, I thought, what if one of these is valuable? But then I shrugged it off and used them at the laundromat. Big mistake. Now every time I see a quarter, I examine it like Sherlock Holmes at a crime scene. Don't be like me, check your change. Now back to our Ellis Island superstar. If you're lucky enough to own one, the condition is everything. A pristine, uncirculated coin could fetch that $9 million price tag at auction. Even a slightly worn version could still be worth a small fortune. So grab a magnifying glass, check for that mint mark, and give Lady Liberty a close look. And don't forget to handle your coins carefully. No pocket lint or greasy fingers. Treat it like it's made of gold because, well, it practically is. So there you have it, the 1999 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter, a tiny treasure with a colossal value. Who knew a little piece of pocket change could turn you into a millionaire? Now, here's the deal. If you're as excited about hunting down rare and valuable coins as I am, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be sharing more tips, stories, and strategies to help you uncover hidden treasures in your own pocket. Who knows, your next trip to the grocery store might just be your ticket to the Millionaires Club. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting. Don't forget to check that change jar. I'll see you in the next video. We're diving into why this seemingly ordinary quarter could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Spoiler alert, you're going to want to check your spare change ASAP. What's the deal with the 2000 D Washington quarter? This beauty was part of the state quarter series, specifically the design celebrating New York's Ellis Island. It features George Washington on the front, classic, and a stunning depiction of the Statue of Liberty with an outline of New York State on the back. Here's where it gets interesting. Most of these quarters are, well, worth a quarter, but a few of them, minted in Denver in the year 2000, had an incredibly rare error. And collectors love errors. We're talking about a unique minting mishap that makes these quarters one of a kind. Picture this. A coin so rare that it turns a regular Joe's pocket change into a seven-figure payday. Now, I know what you're thinking. How rare are we talking here? Let's put it this way. You're more likely to win a small lottery than to find one of these. But hey, someone's got to get lucky, right? I'll never forget when I first learned about this coin. I was at a flea market, casually flipping through a box of random coins. The guy next to me pulled out a quarter, squinted at it, and his jaw practically hit the floor. Turns out, he just identified one of these $2 million treasures. Couldn't believe it. I mean, who looks that closely at a quarter? From that day on, I started checking every coin that passed through my hands. Cashier gives me change. Hold up, let me inspect this like it's a diamond. Now, let's talk value. The reason this coin hit the $2 million mark is a combination of rarity, demand, and a little thing I like to call collector obsession. These folks are willing to pay big bucks for historical significance, minting errors, and pristine condition. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, don't spend it on a vending machine snack. How can you spot this golden, well, silver ticket? First, check for the D mint mark near Washington's ponytail. That tells you it was minted in Denver. Next, look at the reverse side. The rare ones usually have a misalignment or doubling in the design, specifically around the text or the Statue of Liberty. You might even see an odd discoloration or a die crack. If you think you've hit the jackpot, don't guess. Get it professionally appraised. All right, folks, time to grab that jar of coins and start searching. Who knows? You might be sitting on a $2 million treasure and not even know it. And if you do find one, remember who told you about it. Okay? I accept thank you cards, cake, or a small share of the profits, just kidding. Kind of. Before you dive headfirst into your change pile, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got loads of tips on spotting valuable coins, treasure hunting strategies, and even how to sell them for top dollar. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you've got a funny story about checking your pockets for treasure. Thanks for watching, and good luck hunting. Who knows? Your next quarter could make you a millionaire. We're diving into the story of the 2001 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter, a coin that's making waves in the collector's world and sending jaws straight to the floor. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin is so valuable, but also how to check your own change for life-changing finds. Alright, let's talk about the 2001 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter. First off, this quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's State Quarters program, featuring designs honoring each state, territory, and D.C. For New Jersey, Ellis Island was a natural pick, a gateway for millions of immigrants seeking the American dream. And now, ironically, this coin is helping people realize their own dreams, thanks to its insane market value. So what's the deal? Why is this particular quarter worth $1 million? Well, it all comes down to rarity and condition. Out of the millions of these coins minted, a few ended up with unique errors. Think double strikes, missing details, or even a completely blank reverse side. And when collectors see these rare quirks, they go absolutely bananas. Just imagine the excitement of discovering a treasure like this in your spare change. It's like finding a Picasso in your attic. Here's where it gets personal. A few years back, I was at a flea market just casually browsing, looking for a bargain. I stumbled across a box labeled Old Coins, 50 cents each. Naturally, I couldn't resist. I dug through, found a few shiny ones, and thought, why not? Fast forward to me sitting at home, Googling one of the coins, and bam, it was worth $150. Not life-changing, but enough to make me realize we're all leaving money on the table. Or, in this case, in the coin jar. Now, back to the $1 million Ellis Island quarter. If you're lucky enough to find one in pristine condition with a special error, you could be holding a fortune. Of course, it's not like every 2001 P. Ellis Island quarter is worth $1 million. Condition matters a lot. Grading agencies like PCGS and NGC play a huge role in determining a coin's value. So if you think you've struck gold, get it graded before you start planning your yacht purchase. Alright folks, here's the takeaway. The next time you're fumbling through your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You never know what treasures might be lurking in your pocket. Maybe it's $1 million quarter, or maybe it's just a cool story to tell your friends. Either way, it's worth the time to check. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, do me a favor. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more tips about coins, collectibles, and ways to turn small change into big bucks. And hey, let me know in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? We're diving into this wild coin tale, how it got so valuable, what makes it special, and how you might strike gold in your own loose change. Grab your jar of coins, folks. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune. Let's get into it. Alright, so first let's talk about this quarter. The 2004 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter was part of the State Quarter series, commemorating New Jersey's iconic Ellis Island. It's the gateway for millions of immigrants, a symbol of hope, and apparently a big chunk of change for collectors. But here's the thing. Not every 2004 P. Ellis Island quarter is worth millions. Sorry to burst that bubble. The $4 million version is a rare error coin. Yes, a mistake. Imagine messing up at work and someone says, "Great job, here's $4 million. If only, right? The error happens during the minting process, creating unique features like double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors turn a regular coin into a collector's dream. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my quarter is special? Great question. Start by examining the coin carefully. Look for any oddities, like extra outlines on Washington's face or unusual markings. Use a magnifying glass. Yes, the same one you bought to read tiny labels on snack packs. True story. I once found an off-center penny in my kid's piggy bank. I thought, could this be worth a fortune? Turns out, no. It was worth maybe 50 cents to a collector. But hey, that's still a profit. Moral of the story. Keep an eye out for these quirky errors, so why $4 million? That's where rarity meets demand. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with extraordinary errors, especially if they're tied to iconic themes like Ellis Island. The coin's condition is also key. If it looks like it survived a blender, it's probably not fetching millions. Sorry, but those scratches don't add charm, they subtract value. And here's a tip. If you think you've found a jackpot coin, don't go announcing it on Facebook. Take it to a professional grader first. These folks can verify the authenticity and grade its condition. If it's legit, that's when you can start dreaming about the yacht you'll name Pocket Change. So, there you have it, the 2004 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter story. It's proof that even the smallest things can hold immense value. Check your change, hit up grandma's old coin jar, and who knows? You might just find the next $4 million coin hiding in plain sight. Before you go, let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if this video inspired you to start looking. And hey, if you love this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I've got more tips and stories about coins that can make you rich, or at least make you look twice at your spare change. Alright, we're talking about the 2015 P. Ellis Island, Washington quarter dollar. Yep, one single coin could change your life forever. Stick around, because I'm breaking down why this coin is so special, how to spot it, and how it ended up being worth more than a mansion with a pool deck. So what makes this coin worth a jaw-dropping $5 million? First off, let's talk about the basics. The 2015 P. Ellis Island quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series. On the front, you've got good old George Washington looking like he's just discovered selfies. And on the back, a detailed design of immigrants arriving at Ellis Island, a beautiful tribute to American history. But here's the kicker. It's not just any 2015 P quarter that's worth a fortune. This insane value comes from a super rare minting error. Picture this. The US Mint was cranking out these quarters, but one machine decided to throw a tantrum. This error created a unique coin, and collectors are going absolutely wild for it. Now, let me tell you about my own coin hunting adventure. A couple of months ago, I found an Ellis Island quarter in my pocket change. I swear, my heart did a little backflip. I whipped out a magnifying glass like I was Sherlock Holmes and studied every little detail. Spoiler alert, it wasn't the $5 million coin. But hey, I got some serious bragging rights with my friends. It must have a P on the front, which means it was minted in Philadelphia. Look for any unusual doubling, cracks, or misalignment. The rarest ones have an error on the Ellis Island side, making them look almost hand-engraved. The better the condition, the higher the value. If your coin looks like it's been through a rock tumbler, it probably won't make the $5 million cut. And before you toss your quarter thinking it's just pocket change, remember this: one lucky collector struck gold. Well, silver actually, when their Ellis Island quarter sold for a jaw-dropping $5 million. That's more than most people's dream home. Oh, and a quick PSA. If you're checking your quarters right now, don't rub them too hard or clean them with chemicals. You might think you're helping, but collectors love the original as found looked as. Oh, what are you waiting for? Start digging through your change jars, check under the couch cushions, or even raid that old piggy bank. Who knows? You might just stumble upon the jackpot of a lifetime. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. I post videos every week on rare coins, hidden treasures, and strategies to turn your pocket change into a fortune. And hey, if you find that $5 million Ellis Island quarter, don't forget who gave you the heads up. We're diving into the 2016 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. A coin that might just be sitting in your collection, waiting to make you a fortune. Yes, you heard that right. $6 million. But don't worry, I'll help you make sure you're not accidentally tossing it into the jar of pennies you keep on the shelf. So let's get into it, because I promise you after this video you'll be looking at every quarter a little differently. Alright, let's break it down. First off, the 2016 P. Ellis Island Washington quarter isn't just your everyday change. This is part of the America the Beautiful series, which honors national parks and sites around the U.S. For 2016, they decided to honor Ellis Island, which, if you didn't know, is huge in American history. I mean, seriously, it's where millions of immigrants passed through before they could call America their home. So, naturally, that deserves a special coin. Now, here's where the fun part begins. The mint mark P tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But what makes this coin truly special is its rarity. Normally, if you find one of these coins, it's worth a few bucks. $6 million though? That's where it gets wild. So why on earth would a 2016 coin, which is still relatively new, be worth so much? Well, here's the deal. It's not the coin itself that's worth $6 million, but rather the story behind a very rare batch of them that got into circulation. That's right. A small number of these coins were mistakenly produced in a way that makes them much rarer than your average quarter. We're talking about some insane errors in the minting process, like missing features, misprints, or even unusual wear and tear. When these bad boys hit the market, collectors were all over them like a hawk. And guess what? A lucky few found one with an error that sent it straight to the moon in terms of value. But don't get too excited just yet. Finding one of these error coins is about as likely as winning the lottery while being struck by lightning on your way to the grocery store. But hey, it could happen. After all, it only takes one lucky find, right? Now, let me tell you a little story. The other day, I was sorting through some change from my wallet, something we all do, right? I was so convinced that I had found a rare 1943 penny, the one with no mint mark. Turns out it was just a regular penny. In my defense, I was half asleep. But you get the point. Sometimes that one coin you're sure is valuable is just another regular old coin. But don't let that discourage you. It's all about learning what to look for. And that's exactly why I'm here, so you don't end up with a $6 million coin lying under a stack of old receipts like I did. Alright, so what's the takeaway here? While it's pretty rare to find a 2016 P. Ellis Island quarter that's worth $6 million, don't go tossing out your change just yet. Keep an eye out for those little minting errors, and who knows? You could be the next lucky person who finds something worth way more than the face value. So, here's the deal. If you want to make sure you're not missing out on valuable coins like this, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a tip on which coins are worth big money. And if you think you're the next coin millionaire, drop a comment below telling me about your crazy coin finds. I love hearing those stories, except the part where I found nothing in my change jar. That was a sad moment. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 2020 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. A coin that could be sitting right in your pocket, worth a jaw-dropping $2 million. And no, I'm not messing with you. Stick around. I'm going to break down everything you need to know about this crazy coin, its value, and how you could actually find it. So, don't go anywhere because you won't want to miss out on this one. Alright, let's talk about the 2020 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. First off, I know what you're thinking. Another quarter? Is this for real? Yes, this one is for real, my friends. It's not your average coin. Let me set the scene for you. In 2020, the US Mint issued a set of quarters to honor national parks and historic sites. You've probably seen them floating around, each quarter with a unique design, celebrating the history and culture of America. But here's the thing, this one is special. The 2020 Ellis Island quarter features a beautiful design of the Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island, which is where millions of immigrants passed through when they first arrived in the US. A great symbol of American history, right? But what makes this coin stand out from the rest is the minting error that turned it into a gold mine. You see, a few of these quarters were mistruck, causing a major distortion in the design. A little flaw here, a little mix-up there, and boom! A coin that should be worth just 25 cents is suddenly worth more than a fortune. Specifically, up to $2 million. Sounds wild, but hey, stranger things have happened. Now, let me take you back to a personal story of mine. You won't believe this, but a few years ago, I was at a yard sale. Yes, the classic one man's junk is another man's treasure scenario. The guy running the sale had a box full of old coins. Most of them were your typical, oh, that's nice kinds of coins, right? But in the back of the box, I found a 1943 copper penny. And guess what? It wasn't just any copper penny. It was one of the rare few. That penny was worth way more than I imagined. I ended up flipping it for several $1,000s. I was walking around like a coin detective, thinking, maybe I'm onto something here. Moral of the story? Coin hunting isn't as insane as it sounds. People just like you and me find valuable coins in their pockets all the time. So, how do you find a 2020 Ellis Island quarter worth $2 million? Well, here's the trick. You need to carefully inspect your quarters for those minting errors. Look for misprints, doubling, or other imperfections. Even a slight design error could skyrocket a coin's value. But remember, you need to have a trained eye for it. Take a magnifying glass, examine the edges, and check if anything looks out of place. And if you find one, congrats, you're on your way to a fortune. Alright folks, you now know all about the 2020 Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar, and how it could be worth up to $2 million. Sounds like a stretch, right? But in the world of coin collecting, anything's possible. So, get those quarters out, take a closer look, and who knows? Maybe you've got a small fortune sitting right in your pocket. If you're serious about coin hunting or just love learning about rare finds, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll keep bringing you tips, tricks, and insider info on how to turn coins into cash. Trust me, this is one hobby you don't want to miss out on. We're diving into the 2021 Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar. A coin that could have you sitting on a literal gold mine. Sounds wild, right? Well, let's break down why this coin is causing some serious buzz and what makes it so valuable. First things first, let's talk about what makes the 2021 Ellis Island Washington quarter dollar stand out from the pack. Now, if you've been collecting for a while, you know how some coins are pretty straightforward, nothing too special. But this one, oh, it's got a little magic going on. This quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, features none other than Ellis Island. But wait, there's more. It was minted in Denver, hence the D mint mark, which makes it even rarer in some collectors' eyes. Now, why is this coin so valuable? Good question. Here's where it gets interesting. Back in 2021, this quarter was initially valued like any other. Maybe a few bucks here or there, but nothing that's going to make you rich. But, surprise, fast forward to today, and some of these bad boys are now worth up to $1 million. And no, that's not a typo. Some lucky collectors have found incredibly rare variations of the 2021 Ellis Island Washington quarter with errors or unique characteristics that have pushed its value through the roof. Things like die cracks, unusual wear, or even just the fact that it's been perfectly preserved can send its worth soaring. So, there's a chance that if you've got one of these in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a mint condition masterpiece. Relatable story now, I know what you're thinking. Sure, that sounds nice, but I've got a jar of coins that my grandma gave me 15 years ago, and I can't find anything that's worth more than a few pennies. Believe me, I get it. I had a similar experience a couple of years ago when I thought I had struck gold. Well, gold might be a stretch, but I found this old coin from the 60s that I thought could be worth a ton. I did all the research, felt like I was about to become the next coin mogul, and it ended up being worth like 25 cents. I was crushed, but I didn't give up. That little heartbreak was just a stepping stone on my journey to understanding which coins could really be valuable. Here's the kicker. When I started learning more about the rare coins, like the 2021 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter, I realized it's not always about having a big collection of coins. It's about knowing what you're looking for. And that's what today's video is all about, teaching you the ins and outs of spotting valuable coins like this one. So, if you've got a 2021 D. Ellis Island Washington quarter in your possession, don't just toss it aside. Could be more than just pocket change. And, hey, even if you don't have one right now, knowing the value of these coins can help you make smarter choices in the future. Whether you're looking for errors, mint marks, or just keeping your collection in tip-top shape, you've got the tools to start digging for treasure. Now, before you head off to go check all your coins for rare finds, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I've got tons of tips coming your way on coins worth big money, strategies for building your collection, and even some tips on what to do if you find $1 million coin. So, go ahead, subscribe, and let's keep this coin treasure hunt going together.